So we have an NBA trade between the Miami Heat and the Oklahoma City Thunder. So Miami is receiving Trevor Ariza, and the Thunder are receiving Myers Leonard and a 2027 second round pick. So a small trade, but Ariza is someone who could definitely help the Heat at a position of need. Just quickly on the Thunder stuff, they get a 2027 pick. Okay, they've been stockpiling picks for quite a bit now. They will waive Myers Leonard, likely, Woj is reporting, so he won't be a part of the team. Ariza wasn't a part of the team. They're just getting a second round pick and getting off of Ariza's contract. Pretty self-explanatory move for a rebuilding team. Okay, so let's talk about Miami here. Myers Leonard obviously had that incident and was suspended, and it didn't look like he'd be a part of the team in the future. So they don't have him anymore, and they're getting Ariza, who at his best can be a really versatile 3-and-D guy for them, and that's definitely what they're hoping he can be. At his worst, he's a 35-year-old who maybe isn't shooting threes consistently and just isn't what he used to be on defense. He hasn't played at all this season. His last time he played was with Portland, where he did play pretty well, but he is definitely getting older. He's 35 years old, and that is a worry for them. But what Ariza could give them is someone who can play the 4 in their starting lineup, along with Bam, Jimmy, and then two of Goran Dragic, Duncan Robinson, and Tyler Hero. And that is definitely a position in need. At the start of the season, they tried to have Harkless there, and they've tried a couple guys there, and it hasn't really totally worked out. And they're hoping that Ariza can be the guy to fill in that position. He definitely has the size to do it. He's 6'8", can guard most wings, and that'll definitely be useful. He also has experience on a ton of teams, played with Kobe on the Lakers, played in Houston with Harden, so he's definitely been a role player and will know his role on this team as someone who provides spacing and plays defense. If we talk about offensively, I don't think they're going to be running pin downs for him or anything like that like they do for Hero and Robertson. I think he'd be more of a spacer who sits in the corner and plays off of Jimmy's isolations and some of the pick and rolls with Dragic that the Heat do. Will he be like a willing screener? He can screen for guys like Robinson and Hero. They do a lot of that with Bam, with dribble handoffs. Could Ariza do that type of thing? Maybe be like a second screener in a double screen for a ball handler like Goran Dragic. That sort of stuff I'm envisioning could definitely work out, but I suspect most of the time it'd just be providing spacing, maybe attacking closeouts a little bit, but mainly just the 3-point shooting. In Portland, he shot like 40% from 3 last season, and it's been pretty good most of the time. Obviously has some down years, but for his career he's a 35% 3-point shooter, but he struggled like towards the back end of his career, and towards the later part of his career it's been pretty good, up in the high 30s. So if he can shoot in the high 30s from 3, that can definitely add value to the Heat, because they have a lot of shooters like who are smaller guys, either guards or smaller wings. But if they can get a guy in Ariza who can be a shooter but is also a bigger guy who can handle bigger wings, that is definitely a need for them. And he can definitely contribute on defense, be at least an average defender. He is a bit older, but he can still provide value on that end for the Heat. And if you think of that starting lineup defensively, a front court of Jimmy, Ariza, and Bam seems pretty good to me, and could probably defend most teams in the front court. So that's pretty promising for the Heat. And then if they're playing like a team like the Bucks, I'm sure you could stick Bam on Giannis, and then Ariza could hold his own against Brook Lopez in the post. So that is something to look out for, and part of the reason they're doing this move. And I think it's a good move for the Heat, only giving up a 2027 second round pick, getting off of Myers Leonard, and getting a guy in Ariza who can definitely contribute with his defense and his 3-point shooting. So a good move for the Heat. One thing I'm wondering is, will this affect future moves? Are they still going to go after someone like Victor Oladipo or PJ Tucker? Or will this be the move? They're obviously, I think they're like 11-1 in their last 12, so they've picked it up after a slow start that was riddled by injuries. So we'll have to see if they make another move, or is this is just it, and they're going to trust their team going into the playoffs. That'll be interesting to see. But anyways, that's the news of this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more NBA content, and I'll see you guys next time.